If you're new to databases, you might not be familiar with a term called a junction table. In this video, we're going to be going into detail on what a junction table is and why it's useful for you. So without further ado, let's get on into it. Hi, my name is Gareth Pronovost. I'm the owner of Gap Consulting, where we help businesses to get organized and automated using Airtable and Zapier for solutions. So in this video, as I mentioned, we're going to be going into detail on what exactly a junction table is and when you would need to use it in architecting your databases. So before we get into that though, make sure you click subscribe to this channel if you are looking for more content on Airtable and want to learn how to use it in new and exciting ways. So that being said, let's just jump on into this screen here and take a look at this example. So as you see, we have contractors here and we have rates, and we've only just started these tables. So the scenario that we're imagining is that we have a list of different contractors who work for us, and they have various different rates that they command, and we want to organize that data. So the first thing that you might consider doing would be, let's say you put a contractor in, and you might create a rate column. And you would, assign like a currency here or something like that, and you'd say, okay, great, when the rate of the contractor is $50, let's say an hour. And then you can easily calculate, obviously, the number of hours they work or what have you. But the problem becomes that this rate could change over time. And so in the case where, let's suppose Mickey got a promotion, then he was working at a $60 an hour rate, let's say, and all of a sudden, the whole thing kind of breaks down, because once you change this rate, then any other math that you've applied to that field is going to also have its values changed. So just, for example, let's say you had an hours worked, and this was a number field, and let's suppose that he had worked 5 hours for you, and then you were calculating total pay, and you could have a formula, of course, that is going to look at that rate multiplied by the hours worked, and we will output that in a currency formatting. And so it's going to say 50 times 5 hours, and $250 is the product. And that's great, but what happens if you then give Mickey a raise and you bump him up to, say, $60? Now all of a sudden, your total pay that you've paid him previously at $50 an hour is going to be recalculated at that higher rate when you promote it. And so that's where this kind of breaks down. And so your first reaction might be, or your next reaction might be, to then create a rates table. So rather than connecting or having an autofill rate, what we might do then is connect to a rates table. And let's say we have different rates here, and we would have this be a currency, of course. And let's suppose we had Mickey at 50. And so we put him at 50. And we know as well that he'll go up to 60 in short time here. And so we could even assign, different days and all of that. The trouble here is, once we make this a linked relationship and we link these tables, now we're going to link to rates, and we're going to link Mickey to both rates. He's going to link to 50 and 60, right? And so again, this field errors out, and we can't bring anything in. We can, of course, do some more advanced things like find his current rate or max rate, let's say. And of course, we could do this with a rollup field. And we can look at the rate, and we can bring in the rate that has the max value. This would, of course, assume that somebody only progresses in rate as they're there over time. And that'll know that the max rate is 60, and then we can multiply off of that 60. So we can make this the max rate. But again, we're stuck with this stagnant data, because if we were to add, let's say, 70 as a rate to Mickey in the future, then all of this math would then be done at $70 an hour. And again, the whole thing breaks down once more. And so this is where a junction table comes into play. And what a junction table allows us to do is allows us to create unique combinations between other tables. So we've got the table of hourly contractor, and we have the table of rate, and we're going to connect these two and make unique instances like so. So we will just go ahead and call this the contractor /rate junction. You can, of course, give it a name that is more meaningful. Maybe we would call it payroll, for example. But let's look at how we would set this up. So a junction table has a couple of rules or commonalities, let's say. The first thing that it does is it connects first and foremost to two tables. So we're going to connect to contractors, and we're going to do that here through the linking to contractors table. And the other thing it does is it's always going to be only a one-to-one or a one-to-many relation, meaning we're not going to link to multiple records from the junction table. Let's go ahead and bring that in here, and I'll show you why that is in just a moment. So there's the contractors link, and now here's the link to rates. We're going to bring that linked relationship in, and again, we turned this off. We don't want to allow to link multiple records. And now that that's all set, what we have is the ability now to link to both a contractor and a rate for each individual record. And so the junction table allows us to perform unique combinations between contractor and rate. And it will look like this. So we can pull Mickey in, and we can find his first rate, and we can pull Mickey in again, and we can now find his second rate. And we can perform all the math that we need now in terms of hours worked. And let's go ahead and bring in a number field for this. And then total due. And this will, of course, be, again, the rates multiplied by the hours worked. So in this simple example, you might think that it was unnecessary to make this. So let me go ahead and just finish this out, though, and demonstrate why this is beneficial. So in this case, you might say, hey, look, it would be pretty simple to bring in individual rates, or why would you have a rates table by itself? And maybe what you would do is just create a unique relationship here every time. That is saying, typing in the rate on this table itself and then tracking this as payroll. And that's a perfectly acceptable solution. Although the benefit, of course, of having the rates table is that you can see the different people who at one point have been connected to that rate. And so you can draw a lot of summary data just from having this table rates living on its own. Now, again, this is a bit of a contrived example. Junction tables can take many different forms. They are used in many different instances where you have two different tables where you need to create unique relationships. And so the key takeaway here is that while it's most common to create a direct relationship between, in this example, table 1 contractors and table 2 rates, it's not always the only, or it's not the only way that you might build that relationship. In some cases, you might include a junction table, which is a third table that allows you to create unique instances between those two different tables and giving them a new way of connecting. All right, as always, I hope you found that to be super helpful. If you did and you have some business questions that you'd like to run by us, definitely swing by our website. The link will be in the description, and we offer up times so that we can hop on a call with you. You can book directly there, and we can set something up that works for both of us. What we'll be discussing is building a solution for you that puts all of your data in one place and gives you a nice, concise dashboard so that you know what's happening in your business at all times. Additionally, we will work on building custom bespoke automation for you so that you can eliminate the time that you spend on repetitive tasks and save countless hours every week. So if that's of interest, definitely swing by our website and check out the different offers that we have there.